Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. In today's video I'm taking a look at another entry into the KO Megatron Wars. This is a Toy House Factory figure. This is THF-03. Two deformation modes, lights and sounds. The THF DYNASTRON or DYNASTRON, Lord of Chaos. Love the artwork on the front of this box. If this has been pirated from somebody else's artwork, then shame on them. But if this is original, then congratulations, that's ruddy amazing. We've got an Ultra Magnus head floating around down there. We've got a Hot Rod arm poking out of the dirt, and we've got Prime squished on the floor. Just taking a look at the back and side of the box, we've got that Lord of Chaos in his various different modes, and we can see that he comes with a purple LED light. Nice combination of both English and Chinese on the back there as well. Here we have him out of his plastic prison. First of all, let's show you some of the funky little extras. We get some padding on the inside of his gun, which helps hold the batteries in. And in doing so, there we go. And then finally, woo! Look at that, that is super bright. And this is purple, and it's shooty. So yes, much better in my opinion with the nice English voice chip. We get all of the standard accessories that we would get with the normal Megatron. A TF Direct sent out some awesome stickers with this guy. We got some Shattered Glass Decepticons and we get some regular Decepticons. There's no battered and bruised stickers on there though, but I'm sure that's something that will come in time. The main difference being this guy doesn't have any Decepticon insignias on any part of his body. Comparing that to the official, there is a colour difference. This has got a really nice sheen to it, but other than that, I think maybe the lines are a little bit more distinguished. The battle damage is more obvious in my opinion, and we do get a clearer, kind of lighter, translucent plastic at the tops of these pieces, and we get a much kind of shinier metallic backing as well. Now, in regards to the faces, they are very similar indeed. Again, we do have a slight shine on the Toy House Factory version, but the Takara version actually has a darker mouth. There's more black paint used inside the mouth. Really piercing eyes on the Toy House Factory version though. There's a slight difference in the purple used for the sword. The sword with the Toy House Factory version isn't quite as vibrant as the Takara, but that being said, the bubble inside the sword is actually smaller and narrower, so swings and roundabouts. Now, the best thing about this set in my opinion is this added extra. We get the G1 toy style hairy chest, and we get G1 toy style face. I actually thought we were going to get more expressions with this other than just this standard one. I thought there were various different ones, but this was the only one that was included. The chop and change is exactly the same. Just pop that up, slide the new head down into position. That looks incredible already. And then we can just bring in the hairy chest, slide that down. Oh, that's brilliant. My friend has been working on his 3D printer and he printed off a Crotch Upgrade. I'll see if I can include a picture up here. Basically to give him that G1 crotch trigger, and he sent me over the file and I can print it off, paint it up, etc. That's something that needs to get mass produced because this is a fantastic look for Megatron. For those toy lovers out there, if you want your Masterpiece line to look kind of toy-worthy, then yup, this is the kit for you. Great chest, great head, and you need a nice big crotch trigger. Now that I've finished gushing over that toy head and chest, let's take a closer look at Megatron himself. Right, here we have him alongside his official counterpart and the straight up KO. To be honest with you, straight up KO is okay. I actually had my second one of these arrive, and it did have the guy liner on the face. That was my biggest gripe about that figure. But if I was to choose between the two, even though this one is really close to the official product, the Toy House Factory one, in my opinion, just looks that much better. Having these three all lined up like this, it looks like the cover of one of the Beatles albums, but you can see there is definitely a colour difference there. The Toy House Factory have gone for that Apollyon style shine, and everything is a slightly different shade as well. Now, the official Megatron weighs 443 grams, that's 15.62 ounces, and the Toy House Factory weighs 450 grams, that's 15.87 ounces. Now, with regards to articulation, they've kept it very similar, except they haven't used as much die cast in the joints. It just feels like a nice plastic joint in there, but it's nice and tight, and there's a lot of range on there as well. Everything runs very smoothly. The elbow joint actually works a lot nicer on the Toy House Factory one. It's nowhere near as loose as the official. We can just move this out. I think is that meant to be like that for the final transformation? I don't know. I can't recall. The fists are nice and tight. Nice curve on those fingers. Very similar to what we got with the official, except the official is slightly looser. Still get a nice waist rotation as well as an abdominal crunch. The legs are still on very nice ratchet joints. The hip skirts have more flex and are nowhere near as terrifying to lift upwards. Still not quite man enough to hold all of his weight, but I mean, if Megatron's going to be doing some high kicks, you're not going to have any issues there whatsoever. Friction joints out to the side. Nice smooth bend on those knees. Very good ratchets on this guy, and we get nice ratchets on the feet. Get some nice pivot there, and again, unfortunately, still no left and right motion. So although they've kept the articulation pretty much the same, they appear to have used less die cast in those joints, and as a result, the joints appear to be stiffer and hold in place much better than what we got with the original. And that metallic sheen and shine that he has to him really does make the world of difference. I can understand why Takara gave us this kind of very matte grey, very close to what we got with the animation, but this silver really does make it pop on your display. Now, the only thing I've noticed with this figure that isn't on par or better than the original is the ability to plug the guns into the hands. They don't quite hold in as tightly. Don't get me wrong, the fingers and thumbs are very secure and they hold the gun in very nicely, but using the peg itself sliding into the hand, that's actually pretty darn loose. But with the likes of chopping and changing the hand, etc., that works absolutely perfectly. Now, the transformation is exactly the same as the official product, but Toy House Factory have given us a very nice instruction manual where everything is labelled up in English as well, so we can follow it nice and clearly. I mean, it's not the best English in the world, like assemble an overpowered meteor hammer, install the arm and pay attention to the orientation of the plug. You know, that's pretty straightforward stuff. Some of it doesn't translate as well as they would have liked, I guess. can deform powerful weapons, fighting abilities stronger than the car. It's pretty easy to follow, and if you've transformed the original Megatron, then this guy should be a breeze for you, but it's always nice to have instructions done in English and Chinese by the looks of things. So that's always a nice sight to behold. Now, I'll get this guy transformed up off screen and we'll take a look at them compared in gun modes. And to make it fair, I'll also change out his head and chest again, so they will be as close to being the same as physically possible. So let's push this down and we will get his stern, grumpy face back on. And just a quick mid-transformation stop. I'm doing the legs, and if you watched my KO Megatron review, you noticed I really struggled with bringing these joints in. With this version of Megatron, that's nowhere near the case. Don't get me wrong, they're both still very solid joints up on inside those thighs there, but nowhere near to the extent of what we got with that KO Megatron. Right, and here we have it fully transformed up into its gun mode. Not gonna lie, Toy House Factory have done an amazing job with this. It holds together nicer than the official counterpart. It feels more solid. The colours are definitely a lot more vibrant in this mode. I don't want to say it, but of the two, I prefer Toy House Factory. I prefer it to the official release. It's always easier to improve on somebody else's figure, and they definitely have. Right, let's just finish this off by sliding the stock on to make sure that the silencer is twisted so that this piece is facing downwards and this piece is facing upwards. That will avoid any unnecessary scrapage. That can then slot in to position, and there we have one very large, very nice version of Megatron. Very good, exceptional piece. Genuinely very happy with how it looks. Don't get me wrong, the official Masterpiece Megatron is good. If you have the official version, then do you really need the Toy House Factory version? Probably not, and there's people out there that may well bootleg these G1 toy styled head and chest. But if you don't have a Megatron and you're looking to get one, personally I think the Toy House Factory version does the mold justice and is the best KO version of Megatron out there that I have experienced. I've yet to get a hold of the Infinite Transformation version of Megatron, but it really will have to go some to beat the Toy House Factory version. I hope that you found this video useful. If you do, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe to this knockoff channel. I've included a link just up here of the KO version of Megatron and how that fares up to the official release. And until next time, from myself and the Toy House Factory 03 THF DYNASTRON or DYNASTRON, Lord of Chaos, thanks for watching. Good